so nobody come for me. Okay, so I got arrow up, of course, and as you can see, I'm in these trades right now. Yup, I am. Um, Anybody want to take? First of all, if y'all saw my screenshots earlier, I did all three indices today. I had this is on S&P 500, so you see I'm still in that. I'm in US 30 still, and I was in Nas earlier, and Nasdaq hit my TP, which was already right here, and I already posted that to y'all. That was 2,210 pips. That's how many pips that was. Okay. I can go over the trade with y'all, but they all three were the same move. I did the same thing. So in looking at, and when I got in Nas, I was in right here. So I'm going to go over to US 30, and y'all see where I'm in at right now. I'm in this late, actually, very late. I should have been in there a long time ago, but I was distracted and I missed it. So can anybody unmute your mic and tell me why did I get into this trade as a sell? And I'm gonna say this with the caveat of zooming out, I'm on an uptrend. So I did a counter trend trade. Why did I take this trade, y'all?
Because you saw the M.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Yep. M formation breakout. Even though we got the H4 alert, right? We got the H4 down arrow alert. And it's not to say that you couldn't take it, but I can't take it because what? I ain't got no zone to bounce off of on my screen. So I couldn't take that alert based off of the soul following the rules of arrow. First of all, I would have been breaking the rule because it's counter trend. Second of all, I didn't have no zone. Now, because that arrow alert appeared, I was happier about it being in the trade because it signified to me that I had momentum on my side. Okay. Price was moving in my direction. I was happy about that. But I took it because of the M break. But I'm late in this trade. I should have been in this trade probably a little sooner than this candle. I got in around this candle. Probably should have got in at the beginning of this candle. And if there was any way I could have got in on this drop right here, I would have done so. But really, this long candle is the confirmation of the break of the M neckline. Okay. So I really wouldn't have been able to see it sooner, but I wanted to. But I really should have got in at this candle, but I got in a little bit later. So I'm late. Even though I'm a couple of pips late, I'm late. But on US 30, these couple of pips is like 50, 60, 70, 100 pips. So every pip count. But that's US 30, and I'm going to just say this. Here's S&P 500, same exact move. Okay? Now, remember how I trade the US indices. I don't trade German 30 and nothing like that. I actually took my first German trade with Nate on the London session call I did like a week or two ago. I don't normally trade the European indices because I'm not up for London session. My thought process is always trade the instruments that move in the trading session that you are in. And since technically I can only do New York session because of kids and stuff like that and other duties, I focused on the US indices. Now, with that being said, we have the three major ones. There's another one, the Russell 2000, by the way, but not a lot of brokers allow you to trade that, especially brokers that allow US clients. And that's actually one of my favorite indexes to trade because it moves similarly to Nasdaq, but with the pip. It moves similarly to S&P 500, but with the volatility of Nasdaq. That's why I like Russell 2000. But since it's very hard to find those, this particular broker does let you trade it, but this is a broker that I'm doing a challenge on. So anyway, with that being said, the three indices, we have Dow Jones, which is the Wall Street, which is US 30, whichever way you want to call it, whatever way your broker wants to label it. We call it Big Brother. I got this from Adam, Flow Globally. Shout out to him. He calls them the three brothers. That's the big brother. We got the middle brother, which is NASDAQ. NAS 100, US Tech 100, US 100, whatever way your broker want to label them. Middle brother tends to want to do what he want to do, but all the tech companies is in that index. And then we got the little brother is S&P, which is Standard and Poor 500, US 500, SPX 500, whatever way your broker want to label it. And that's the little brother. The little brother is usually the trades that I take on live calls with people, because the going 50 pips in drawdown on that one will not kill your account if you have a proper risk management. But on US 30, going 50 pips, it'll happen in like 2 seconds. Whereas in S&P, it'll take a couple of minutes or so to hit that. So S&P moves a little slower. It's very similar to, not gold per se, but it's like a currency pair, but an index. So you could catch more pips on S&P than you could on a currency pair. That's also why I focus on the indices. I think of, why would I apply my time and effort on a currency pair utilizing arrow when I could apply those same strategies to an index would make me more money.
That's why I'm on the hour.
So I just wanted to let y'all know about that. So that's the
We
three
on the
things. So I
4 hour.
see, I'm so glad y'all saw the M formation break. And I'm going to the zone. That's where I'm going on the H4. I'm just gonna go to the zone. And if it get real close and want to play with my take profit like they were doing to me yesterday on a general arrow card, which I was heated about that. I swear, 4 trades. That thing came to my take profit and then bounced off of it. Said, stop playing with me. I said, that's all right. Came back and murked the markets today. That's what they get for messing with my TP. But that's where I'm going to the zone. And I'm only going to the zone. Why? Because if I'm following the rules of Arrow, Nate doesn't necessarily give you a recommended take profit or, stop loss off of the H4, and he does not give you recommended TP and stop loss for indices. It's always based on currency pairs. So I had to take it on based on what I felt comfortable would be at a TP, and I like to go to zones. So that's why I'm going to the zone. If it gets there and it wants to turn around and jump back off, I'll just take profit at that point. But right now I'm in a risk-free trade. I'm about to move my stop loss to the candle up here in a bit. I'm gonna wait until after this candle closes because this is the new 4-hour candle right now. So I'm gonna wait till 2 o'clock and determine where I want to move my stop loss. Hopefully by then it will hit TP and I ain't gotta worry about it.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
This is Sam.
Hey, Sam.
What's up?
What's up?
So I just want to just indulge me for a second. Can you throw a fib on from the bottom of that tweezer bottom to the top of that 4 hour
Right here?
Yeah.
You want me to draw a fib from here
Yep.
to up here?
No, not a little bit lower. Actually, yeah, right there is good.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I see?
I see it.
You see what I see?
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Full complete retracement. I see that.
Shoot. A full retracement.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I love it because so that's why I ain't even worried about it. It's coming to my zone.
Yep.
It's coming to my zone. And that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Sam, because that would have been another way to hop into this trade.
Yeah.
Without waiting for the error alert. So there's a couple of ways this move could have been tackled. I'm glad you brought that up, Sam, because we see the M formation, M's and W's and wedges. That's something that I'm not even good at M formations. So I'm gonna just say this. I was looking for the M formations because of the zigzag indicator I had on yesterday. And then I was looking specifically at S&P and US 30. Then shout out to Deanna, who was part of the Black Squad, by the way. Love that girl. She is a wonderful woman. She's like, hey, Jackie, don't forget about NASDAQ. And I said, what, NAS? And I put it on NAS. I said, yep, I see the M on NAS too. I almost forgot about it and would have missed them 2,000 pips had it not been for her. So thank you, Deanna. With that all being said, those were informations that I saw. But Sam just reminded me as well of the fib. And y'all know I love my fib. So we on an uptrend on the H4, right? You draw your fib. I did the fib retracement tool. Started from the low point to a high point. It ain't got nothing to necessarily do with arrow in this case. But if you want to be able to start to learn how to draw the fib, use the arrow MA as a guideline. So lowest point below the arrow MA to the highest point above the arrow MA is where you would draw your fib, low to high, for an uptrend. And then watch for the fib level breakouts. Okay, that's one way to get into this move. So when this long candle closed, okay, and let's say you didn't see this M, let's just say for it, because sometimes you don't see it until you like back out. When this long candle closed, it closed below the 38.2, you know it's going to the 50. Why? Because that's how price normally works on fib level breakouts. It's going to go to the 50, and it kind of touched it here and bounced off, and then the next candle it completely went through. Then you would just wait again. If you don't know how to hold a trade, you just go from level to level. The next candle went straight to the 61.8 and closed. When it closed, you would have hopped in on the next candle, and you're going to go where? 78.6, and it took it. That's fib level breakouts. So if you would have missed the neckline break for some reason, or you would have missed even getting in for any other reason, you could have drew your fib and got in on level by level fib level breakouts. And I gotta tell you, it ain't like you just dismissing pips here. Because if you would have got in right here, just to go to the 78.6, that's still 231 pips. Ain't nobody gonna be mad about that. That's a quick scalp. And you doing it off of the H4. Thank you, Sam.
No problem. No problem.
Any questions on what I just went over, y'all? Just making sure. Fibs is beautiful. Once you learn them, put it on anything. Put it on anything. All right, so that's the fib. I'm gonna just let me see this. Hold up. I'm gonna show y'all something else too. Since we on this, where is my insert? There it is. So I'm gonna go to insert. I'm gonna go to Fibonacci. And I'm gonna go to expansion. All right, so here's the other thing that I was looking at. I use expansion sometimes, so I'm gonna do the same drawing. Low to the high, right? Low to the high. And then this third thing right here would be the zone where I'm looking at. That zone. All right. So the why I did this is when price is done coming back down, it needs to turn around and go back up again. So when I'm ready for it to turn around and go back up, these are going to be my take profits as it goes up. These are not necessarily retracements. These are just different fib levels going back up on the take profit. So for instance, if it decides to just stall out right now, like it's creating this massive wick right now, I'm not really worried about it. What I would do is wait till it's done, and when I see an opportunity to hop on buys, I will hop on buys and just ride it through. Normally price is going to come to this 61.8 back again. So I expect it to come this way. But I'm going to just and I see that hand raised, and I'm going to answer that in just a second. When I get rid of it, what you can also see is as a possible, no, that's not really a big W because we got that M right there. But that formation coming back up could be like a beginning of a V or whatever one of those things you want to call it. But that's how I use expansion, and I'll go over that into something else. But somebody had their hand raised. You can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Can we look at GBP, JPY?
Absolutely. Let's go look at GBP, JPY. What's up with the dragon? What time frame?
M5. On the 5?
I'm gonna hurt y'all. What y'all doing on the 5 on a currency pair? What is y'all doing down there?
Trying to catch that W?
What are you talking about? This thing right here?
Yep.
Oh, I see. All right, hold up. Let me see. Is it on a, well, the M5 ain't even got no trend. Okay.
Throw your zigzag on it.
Y- Was that chef?
You know it is.
Hold on, chef. Let me throw the zigzag on there. Let me throw it on there, chef. Ooh, hey, hold up. Let me not throw that on there in red. Let's not do that. Hold up. Let me change the color to white because I can see it better. Come on, screen. Oh, stop playing. Why is that like it want to freeze on me? Hold up, y'all. I was going too fast. Oh, see, ain't that a nothing? That it, man. Hold on, y'all. Wait for it to reconnect.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Look, mama, come on, man. All right, let's do this
To me
again.
all the time.
Look, they probably mad at me. They like, oh, she got mad because we was messing with her TP. Now she trying to take all our money. Yes, I am. All right, zigzag in white. Okay. Yeah, I see it. You see that end break that it did too? That's why it went down. I see it though. It's wicking out. I don't think it's done yet. Go on to the M15. It did make the low of the day though, so it probably is trying to go back up. What we looking at on the we on the uptrend. All right, y'all, go ahead and get y'all W off the M5. So what y'all gonna do to get in? What you waiting for? How you gonna get in?
Question: can I get you to throw that Fibonacci retracement on that real fast,
Right here
please?
off this zigzag.
Yes, ma'am. Just to see what a
Yeah.
retracement will bring me.
All right.
And it already got a fractal low.
Yeah, I ain't throw my
Beautiful.
fractals yet. All right, so you know we in the golden zone right now. Right here, this zone right here, the 0 to 23.6. If you can catch a retracement beginning in that point, you can at least get 2 to 3 fib levels. And you already going back up anyway. So I guess y'all just gonna wait for this 23.6 break, right? Hop in and jump up. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure. Sure.
He said sure.
That's fire.
Man,
Or we can go off the fractal low and
you
jump in there.
the you ain't got no engulfing candle yet. You gotta have engulfing off of that support, or you're gonna get faked out. That's
Okay.
that's that's the only reason why I wouldn't do it. See, like how you see how price is coming back down again, and I don't know if it's becoming strong enough that it wants to break that support. Since you know how everything else is melting out the sky today. I don't know if GJ want to do the same thing. So I don't want you to get faked out. So that engulfing candle off the fractal, off of a support, that thing is strong, telling you got price in your favor. That's what I would wait for if you want to come off of the zone with it. And then or anything else. I'm partial to engulfing candles because honestly, that's the one candlestick formation I can clearly identify.
Okay, I got a question for you. Considering
Yeah.
it's our according to Nate, it's already passed its ADR for the day. Do we get out the trade and wait for another one because it's already passed, or are we still looking for that retracement?
Honestly, I don't even pay attention to ADR for the day. That's just
Okay,
me though.
thank you.
that's just me. But I'm gonna just throw the caveat on there. I don't really mess with currency pairs, so because the ADR for indices is always very much larger. So
Right.
if it's done though, yeah, I would sit back and wait. But I mean, if you see an opportunity, I wouldn't knock an opportunity. But I don't see this W forming. You see what I said? Like, see how it went lower, and it's like trying to form a new low right here. So
Right. Right.
that's why I'm like, hold on. It might not be done. It might not be done. What? Okay, this is the other thing you want to do. Look at the daily. This is the daily time frame. So fib is always an object, by the way, just in case y'all want to know if you want to get rid of one. All right, so here the daily time frame. You see how it's real close to that resistance zone? Like right here, this is that daily resistance zone up here. But look at this. See how it's dropping already? It's forming a fractal high on the daily. So honestly, I'm bearish on GJ today. That's what I would look at. So I wouldn't be hoping
Uh,
for that W.
Thank
Also,
you.
I would look at what his other friends are doing, what the other pound pairs are doing. GU was falling out the sky as well.
There you go. There you go. Was that Lex?
Yep. Good morning.
Hey, Lex. Yeah,
I called
G.
GU. I called GU falling out the sky Friday. My timeline was off.
Ah, see, there you go. GU. And GU has about 30 pips left. But you know what? GJ and GN, they always tend to go over the ADR though. Honestly, I don't think there's been a day I haven't seen that thing not go over it.
Okay.
They tend to do that though. But yeah, I will follow GU and see what GU is doing. So I'll look at I'm ignoring GCAD. Here goes GU. And look at what it looks like on the M5. Selling right into a zone. Hmm. What's the time uptrend? It look like to me it want to build. It want to break that. See how? Oh, here's the daily. See how it's already up in that resistance coming off of it. So it's gonna fall. It might not fall too bad, but it's gonna fall. And see, it already formed a fractal, starting to form a fractal high right here. So I'm bearish on GU too. Um, but that's good to know though, and that y'all brought that up because I don't look at these currency pairs often. But just to see things like that and to confirm, what you can do is you can zoom into the candle to see. Oh, come on, don't freeze on me. There we go. See, bearish. I'll be bearish on it all day. I ain't got my.
Also,
Go
also
ahead.
remember, because with all the GBP pairs and everything like that, we're also looking at midweek reversals. So
Mm-hmm.
just keep that in mind. Because also GBP, like all the GBP pairs, pretty much have been on an uptrend for the longest. So now, even if that W does come on the 5 minute, I wouldn't stay in it very long at all because of the midweek reversal
There you go.
going on.
And Sam would know better than me because he be on them GBP pairs. That's what's up, though. I'm glad y'all brought this up. It's been a while since I looked at them. Let me see. Why is my number? That was at 5,000 at one point, wasn't it? Sure was. Where you at? Is wicking out? Yep. Y'all ain't right for that. They're like, no, we ain't going to RTP. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You will go. Ooh, S&P. What are you doing? Acting like you want to turn bullish nah, it's fake out. I don't care. I'm gonna go to H1. What does the H1 look like? Oh, see, nah, I'm good. I don't care. You know what this is? This tells me this trying to fake people out. Like, oh, they're gonna get scared. We turning around. We're gonna go for uptrend. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'll just wait. I'm good. But I am gonna wait till 2 o'clock before I move my stop loss again. I really want to move it right here. That's what I want to do. We'll see what happened there. All right, so that was GJ, that was GU. What else we looking at today, family? I ain't even throw my fractals on here yet.
Can you get on Bitcoin at all, or Doji at all?
Let me see with this broker if I can. I think I can do Bitcoin. I cannot do Doji though. Oop,
XRP?
nope. They only let me.
Ah,
This one only lets me do Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Unfortunately, but that's okay. I could do Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin only. And since
gotcha.
I'll just go with Bitcoin because I'm ignoring the other two. Look at y'all. I've been seeing y'all Bitcoin and Dogecoin fanatics and whatnot, catching them pips. All
We just
right.
took your sauce and added it to it.
There we I appreciate you, brother. Always. What time frame you on Bitcoin?
Uh, 5 minute.
5 minute. All right. Let me now I'm gonna throw my fractals on there. And my zigzag. All right, what you looking at here? Okay.
coming from the bottom of the green, going all the way to the top. It stopped at the 13. Well,
Mm,
the Arrow EMA, I call it the 13. It
mm.
stopped there, and it's giving me a little resistance right now. But from the bottom to the top,
You think it's going to this resistance zone?
I do, but that 13 telling me it's not. It's saying pump your brakes, bro. Slow down.
Yeah.
Mama called me in the house, and I gotta go in.
Yep. That's what it looked like to me, brother. That's what it looked like to me. But you might be able to catch a fractal breakout on it going down.
Mm,
You might going down. Let me
okay.
see. Let me see what the zigzag telling me. Let's see what the zigzag is telling me. So, by the way, y'all, the reason why I put the zigzag indicator on here, because I found it was a little easier for me to draw my fib. I just drew my fib based on the line. I said, well, that looks interesting. And I started doing that. So if y'all caught that video I dropped last week with the US 30 when I caught them 600 pips, that's why I did the zigzag, which is nothing compared to what my US 30 look like now. But but that was on the M1. So this is based off the H4. But anyway, so and also pay attention to the zigzag. Look how each point is dang near a fractal. That's why I like it too. Mm-hmm.
The fractal
Yeah.
highs and fractal lows, it
That's
gives it to
right.
you.
There you go. Giving you what you need. All right, so this is that. I just drew the retracement just to see if you can catch fib level breakouts. But this is a little tricky because it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin act like it don't want to respect things sometimes. So this one didn't close. Played around. This one closed. This one went down to 38.2. So that don't look like it hit it though. Might have been TP hit, maybe depending on your spread. And then it pulled back. That's correct because it did not close below 38.2. So I would not expect it to come down further. So you might have just had just a temporary pullback on you, Chef, and it might be turning around in your
Okay.
favor. It'd be nice if you get a candle that closes back above the arrow MA again, that will give you more of an
A
inclination that it's
takeoff
going to
signal.
go back up. Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I was
Yes, ma'am. That's
thinking.
what I'm looking for.
Okay. It might be in your favor, especially we got this. I'm gonna just say this too. This is what you're looking for: an engulfing candle off of a fractal low, off of a support. I like this candle confirmation, this candlestick formation off of a support, meaning this is a fractal low for me to take a trade. This would not be a fractal low though until a third candle is confirmed. So it has to be in 5 candles. So for instance, this is a fractal low because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 candles is the lowest point of the 5. That's why it's a fractal low. So like this one, lowest point of 5 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lowest point. If this was an engulfing candle, right? If this was an engulfing candle off of this fractal, and this would have been, and this would have started where it did, that's a trade as a buy going up. That is the fractal strategy that I'm working on with Nate to come out with a video for y'all. I just need to figure out what your stop loss is going to be. Because as you can tell, I really don't trade with stop losses. I mean, I'm just being real with y'all, fam. Like, I don't know. I don't like putting in TPs either most of the time. But I went to sleep on these H4 trades, so that's why I put TPs in there. I really should take them out, and because I feel like they might be hunting for them right now.
Could you show us how to take out a TP
Yeah, let me get rid of this
after you
because
put it in?
yeah, I'll show you. You go to your terminal, you go to your trade, and I'm not gonna get rid of my stop loss. You just double click on the trade, and then just take out the take profit, delete it, and then modify. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Hmm.
you.
No problem. I'm going to actually take the TP off both of them so I can, just in case they looking for me. and then let it go. Yeah. Um, yeah, so that's all we're looking for. That's what I would be looking for on Bitcoin. However, this does look like it's starting to look like an M no again, right here. So this fractal low breakout could be the breakout of a M neckline.
Here we go. Here we go.
Just saying. Keeping a lookout. And the only reason why I'm also saying that is because we are in a downtrend on the M5. So you want that M might be real powerful.
Thank you
Um,
for that call. Thank you for that call. Thank you.
you
I
are
take that call.
you are quite welcome, brother. Man, I like that. That break, that might be nice because that's two confluences: a fractal low break and an M break.
Yes, he
Hmm.
did.
I love it.
When I
Oh,
hit you back with a 10,000 pip, don't I'm just gonna hit you back.
yeah, just hit me back because you know I ain't taking that trade. I can't take no. I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up. I can't take no trades. Not on this account right now. Not till these things close. Just so y'all know. I mean, if it's a real nice one, like no brainer, like no hesitation, I'll do it. But I'm in the middle of my challenge, y'all. I can't mess this up. But I love y'all to death, though. I do. Um,
Hey Jackie, oil news just dropped about 5 minutes ago. You want to check that out? Check out oil.
Absolutely. Look, I done got you hooked on oil. Oh,
Oh, you know I gotta go get a what we call a little looky loo.
oh man. You know what? I thought I had my oil up here and I don't. Come on now. I need to be on the ball here. Hold up. I
Got
know.
to be more careful.
Gotta be more. I know.
Mm.
Y'all see what I see right here though? Boy, I tell
What
you.
commodities? Corn,
Look at that.
corn,
You look at that.
cotton,
Oh
sugar,
man,
Yeah, this
what
broker.
broker is that?
I'm telling you,
cocoa.
I'm
You
in
have
a
a broker too?
challenge. I'm in a challenge, bro. Man, this I was looking at this. I said, cause I was killing. What was the? I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. Who the broker is? LMFX. That is the broker, just for general, and they take U.S. clients. But I like that broker because that was the broker that I found that allowed me to trade sugar, and it was raw sugar. This one, and boy, it was those was beautiful moves on that thing. And they don't have water here yet, but y'all know they're gonna be trading water here soon too. Just so y'all know, water is gonna have a price associated with it, shares and everything. Just so y'all know. Um, yeah. But I love these. I was like, man, look at the different coffees and stuff. Man, orange juice. Come on. I feel like I'm in the movie Trading Places. Oh gosh. So let me go to energies. That's what I meant to go to. I meant to go to energies. Uh, WTI is US oil, in case you guys are looking. It's usually XTI, WTI, whatever, and that just stands for Western Texas Instrument, not instruments, whatever that I stands for, but it's US oil. That's what that is. And then UK oil is Brent crude oil. Then there is a difference between if they say crude oil here as an asset to trade and then also US oil or Brent. They are different. So just make sure if you're looking for US oil, it has to say WTI. If it doesn't have it and it just says crude oil, that's not the same. Just want to throw that out there for y'all. I know y'all probably like, ain't nobody trying to trade no oil.
The way gas prices going right now, we might need to.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, oil is a beautiful trending asset. Beautiful trending asset. If you can catch it, because it will trend for a long period of time, as you can see. As you can see, there was a long, long time drop. Look at that go. Look at it go. Sorry, hold on one second, y'all. Let me go check and see. Yep. Yep. Almost there. I anticipate TP should be hit very soon. Let me go ahead now. I'll drop that TP there because I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. What happened? Why do you yell at me? Oh, because that was a stop loss. Duh, Jackie. This one. Right there. There you go. And US 30, you close? Yep, you are. I mean, that was US 30 that I just did. This is US 500. Right there. I'll put you there now. And bet you as soon as I do that, that thing want to start pulling away like it's scared. All right, so got those set up. Let's go back to oil. All right, oil. Ooh, fell out the sky. Ain't nothing I could do. I ain't got no zones on oil on this thing. Ooh, look at this. Push. What is that? Is that an inverted hammer? Lex, you ain't in the house yet, huh?
Yes.
It is, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look, I'm getting better at it, y'all. That's a beautiful move, though. That's a beautiful move. Now, in this instance, I'm gonna just tell y'all, we on a 15-minute time frame, and there has been no other arrow alerts since yesterday, and there was two of them. So when you see something like this and you trading on arrow, you're gonna have to go to a lower time frame to try and catch some trades. Okay, and that's strategy 5. That's strategy 5 of arrow, the multi-time frame trading strategy. All right, so I just want to make sure y'all are aware of that, because that way you'll be able to understand that, hey, just because you ain't got no signals on the M15, you still can go down to the M5 and catch some trades if it's moving like this. So now because this is oil, you might have the same problem. So as you can see, yeah, you only had one M5 and then it just was gone. And that's because it's oil, though. Oil tends to do that kind of thing. But that's one way to do it. Then I would just kind of go down to the M1 and see if you can catch something. Okay, so the M1 at least is giving you some more significant moves. I mean, it's still dropping, but it has pullbacks, and these are actually really nice pullbacks that you could catch. So, for instance, I know that this looks weird, but that's technically an M, right? 1, 2, 3, drop, M drop, and then here's another M. You go 1, 2, 3, drop. Drop was from off of this neckline, even though it was sideways. So I know y'all were looking for sideways W's, but that's actually a sideways M right there on this entire drop. And then it did it again here with this break. Okay, so anyway, as you see, a drop, pull back, drop, pull back, drop, and it's pulling back again. I don't know how strong the pullback is going to be, because it looks like it's been doing it for 3-4 candles, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 candles, and then it drops again. So for instance, we're on a downtrend. So if I do retracement, we're doing drive for the downtrend here. Okay. All right. Do that up there. Okay. All right. So catch the wicks. Make sure you catch the wicks. All right. Now see this? We on the 1 minute on oil right now, and you got this strong pullback coming back. Okay. When this thing closed, it's already past the 23.6. It's going to the 38.2. When it closes, then you could, depending on where it's at, you might be able to scalp this to the 38.2. Now it's already turning around and it's pulling back down, so it might not even continue that way. Could be a fake out. We on the M1 now, so we'll see. Interesting how my pullback on the indices is correlating to this pullback on oil. Interesting. Sorry, I just lost track what I was saying there. Okay, yeah. So it's pulling back, and you could probably look for a way to get in to come back down on a sell, going further down, if it doesn't want to continue with its fib level breakout. All right. So how to avoid this situation if it's truly a fake out? Because I've been faked out before too, so don't feel bad. I'm zooming in. So this candle right here, I got my fractal low. All right, and this was not engulfing. Because this was not engulfing, I'm not really feeling like it's going to pull back all the way. Okay. I feel like when I see that engulfing candle off of a fractal, it's that momentum that you need for it to actually push up. And because I ain't really get that, I'm not really feeling like it's going to come back and complete the fib level breakout. Just my thought. Now, this right here, though, this could be your fake out here. And now it actually does want to come and complete. So let's see what this does. I'm actually just going to see. If it completes the fib level breakout, I expect it to hit the 38.2. And if it closes above 38.2 fib line, which is here, I would expect it to go here. Now, otherwise, because there isn't enough momentum for it to want to continue to push up, it's just going to turn around and push back down again. Now, how would you get in coming back down? Well, you're too far away from the arrow MA for you to wait for an arrow alert. So you're going to have to use one of the other strategies that Nate teaches you or that you found in your own trading knowledge to see if you can catch this trade, which would be a candlestick formation. That's kind of what I would be looking for. And me, you go by what you know. I'm good with engulfing candles, starting to learn these inverted hammers and whatnot. But that's what I would be looking for on the M1 to get in. If it's actually going to turn around and go back down. So it looks like it is pulling back down now. I don't see a good way to jump in on a sell here. Kind of needed to come back to that arrow MA. Give it some oomph. Interesting. And did you just get stuck? Oh, okay. Anyway, any questions on oil or any observations based on what I saw or what y'all looking for? It's quiet. Was that what you needed next? Oh, he quiet too.
Nope, trying to get off mute. Nope, great explanation. So yeah, I saw that, going down to strategy 5, having to go jump down to the multi-time frames to get entry. So great explanation.
Cool. We'll see what it do. I would not have jumped into that mess. Not at all. And honestly, when with the fib level breakouts, I'm gonna say this too. Just because it does close there, I would not immediately jump in. I'm always cautious before I jump into stuff. Because technically it's a scalp, especially off of the M1. So I wouldn't immediately have jumped in. I would have just looked and waited for what I would have signified. Now also you guys can tell, you see I don't have no RSI or nothing like that on my chart like other people do. But I am starting to become more friendly with the RSI. Starting to become more friendly. So I will throw it on here. For instance. So shout out to my guy Cash, because these are Cash's not fib levels, RSI level settings. And we are at the 36. So that's telling me we kind of still heading down. We ain't got enough oomph to go all the way up. So that's another thing to look at if you are more familiar with the RSI to give you some additional confluence. I like to have at least 2 to 3 confluences to tell me to take a trade. So you'll never catch me taking a trade just based off of a candlestick formation and nothing else. I need something else to tell me this is good. Like, so if my zigzag is pointing down and we're going down and I got a candlestick formation and it's close, that might help. Or I'm coming off my zigzag and I play it as when this line appears, I actually look for it to go the opposite direction. So I'm trying to catch the zigzag before it creates the new line going up, So I'm looking for that, and what else will tell me it's time to take a buy, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm using with that. That's my fib. It's been a long time since I looked at oil, but whew, let me look at the H1. So does that mean I got an H4? Yup. Good gracious of me. Same melt, and I missed it on this one. Dang it. That's all right. I'll catch you coming back around, especially since you look like you want to turn around soon anyway. So that's going to be cool. Let me look at T1, make sure that's where we at. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, that's nice. All right, that was
Look at
oil,
all those pips.
man. Oh, and it's coming off a zone too. That's why it's dropping, y'all.
Goodness gracious, that's some pippins.
Yes. Look, man, find a way to jump in that. Find a way. Yeah, coming off of a zone. Yeah, that's a fractal off of a zone. That's gonna be nice. Maybe it's, and I think it's gonna come down here. So if I could find another way to get in here once these things close, then yeah, I'll hop in. Huh. Thank you, Lex. I completely forgot about it. Ooh, that looked like a big M too. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Alrighty, so that was that. We looked at
That
what's up.
does look a big old M. It just need to break that. Oh my goodness. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. It breaks
Man,
that. Woo.
it's going all
You
the
don't have
way
to worry about
down.
the pipeline. That's the pipeline breaking.
Straight facts. Straight facts. Matter of fact, let me look at my that's 2 wicks. We might be exhausting ourselves. Um
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, collect your pips and run to the bank.
I'm about to. I'm about to. What was that? Oh, somebody I thought somebody said
Stay over here
something.
laughing at me because I'm silly.
I'm not
You better get your bag.
I'm gonna
Quit
get
playing.
it. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
What
Yo,
time is it? Look at the time. Well, you still got a little time, but don't play.
You right.
It's Wednesday. Don't play.
You got it. That's why I said 2 o'clock. I'm gonna make my decision at 2 o'clock. What you about to say, Akeem?
you just took my account up 15%, sister girl.
What I do? What you mean,
Yeah,
huh?
on that US 30 a lot earlier.
Oh, really?
I got in on that real good. Real good. My wife over here looking at me like, what's for dinner? I appreciate it, sister, for real.
Oh, you very welcome. You very welcome. Oh man. Well, good. Well, how did you hop in? So you could tell people so that way if they see a screenshot like that again, they figure, is there a way can I get in? How'd you hop in?
Let me pull up my charts.
You
I
want to
got
share your screen or no?
not at the moment, so I'm about to
Okay.
hit the car,
Mm,
but I'll show you where I did get in at. Let me grab my phone real quick. I was skeptical, but then when you looked at the H4 when you were explaining that, so that makes total sense.
mm.
So I got in on a standard right at, what was it? 33,549.42.
33,549 point.
42.
Oh, you right. Oh, you 30. Oh, wait. 33549. Oh, you right here.
Right. So now I wrote it all the way down on this
Oh,
candle.
okay. In this candle right here.
Yep.
There you go.
So no, not that one. Hold on. Let me pull. You on the H4?
Yeah, 33
Yeah.
5 something is right here. 5 4 something is here.
Let's see.
I'm gonna bring it so that people can see what I'm talking about. See, like right here.
Yep. Right there. Right. And I
Mm,
put a decent light and I wrote it all the way down to where that candle rejected. Went back up.
there you go.
Good day. Very good day. I'm trying to get like you. I'm trying to trade 1 or 2 times a week.
Man,
Get
look,
out.
bruh, I'm done after this. I'm done.
I hear you.
Next
That's,
time you
that's a
see me on
beautiful
a
thing.
call, you gonna be like, Jackie, you trading? Nope. Mm-mm.
But I'll say this real quick because when I post my results, I get a lot of people hooking me up on Telegram on the back end, and they think there's some type of secret sauce, and there really is no secret sauce. I bought J Cash course. I follow you, Jackie. I listen to the obviously I have Arrow, and I watch the trading videos. But so I think one of the biggest things we do as traders, we're not patient enough. We just want to hop in and try to just catch something. Now I've been doing a lot of swing lately, but what you guys are providing as a community, people are not taking advantage of. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest. And if people really sit down and put in the work and not
Facts.
sleep sometimes, I hit Nate up all the time. He's like, yo, when do you sleep? I'm like, sleep. If you look at the house I'm trying to buy, I ain't got no time to sleep, bro. But there's
Facts.
more than enough information here. And I think, even with Arrow, you have to learn how to be a skilled trader. Don't just, Arrow is a beautiful product, but you still need to learn how to trade. Like you said, Jackie, you wait for 2 or 3 confirmations, not just the Arrow itself. So the analysis is still important. But when people hit me up, I'm like, go watch the videos. Go get J Cash course. Go learn his scalping strategy. Go learn the NBA strategy. So, I just want to say that. And your YouTube videos need to have way more views than they do because it's fire.
Oh, thank you,
People
darling.
don't want to take the time. So don't be a lazy
Fire.
trader. Don't be a lazy trader. That's all I got to say.
Fire.
I appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. Likewise.
Oh, my son. Sorry if y'all hear my children in the background. They home today because this is virtual day. Oh
Nice.
look, that thing done went back to 3900. Ain't you a mess? I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. Like I said, I'll make my decision at 2 o'clock and see what's up. I'm good for the day, honestly. I did not need to take all 3 indices today. I just literally because of my NAS trade, I'm good. So, but I want to see them all play out, honestly, and if the way I think they're going to play out. And so I guess what you can see, I'm looking at the H1 because I'm trying to see what kind of candle we're in right this 10 o'clock candle, which is the beginning of the H4 candle. I was trying to see what kind of candle is it. And so it's still bearish and it's actually still engulfing this 9 o'clock candle. So no need for me to jump out just yet. Not just yet. I can still wait. So um that's all that is on them two things. That's what's up though. I'm glad you caught them pips. And people asking for the link for the call. I thought I posted it to everybody,
You
but
did.
You did.
oh, I'm
Some
sorry.
roam their eyes. That's all.
Oh, hopefully I got them in there.
Like what my man just said, they don't take the time. You gotta
Mm,
look. You use your eyes and look.
man, I feel like everybody. I'm really not trying to sound like uppity or nothing either, but honestly, I just don't pay attention to currency pairs. And I'll tell you why too. Currency pairs are fire. There's nothing wrong with them because actually they're less risky than the indices. It's just that I am not getting up for London session, which is when those things move the best. Information on H4 on Euro USD. Oh, wait a minute, hold up now. Wait a minute. I don't even like Euro USD. Who said that? Who wrote that?
I was just gonna say that. You don't even like that one.
I don't even like that fair. I can't stand that fair. I will only bring it up just to view it, but I will not put in a trade on it.
They like messing with you and they
They do. I can't stand this pair. I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't like this pair. If y'all don't understand, I'm gonna tell you why. Cause this pair is full of it. It ranges too much for me. This right here, I'm gonna just tell you. This move would be nice, right? If it consistently do something like that. But this mess right here, and then this mess, and then the drop, and then this, like it, I don't like it because I feel like if it needs to, I go from zone to zone, and this thing doesn't really go zone to zone like other stuff do. And then on top of that, you got so much news that will affect it. It just it just don't play right with me. It just ain't never played right with me. I just let it go. I erase it off my charts. So, but
Also, so many people trade it. Like it's literally one of the highest traded pairs in like the forex community. So like there are so many stop hunts that go into it. There's so many what's that word? Uh
manipulation,
it's so much exactly so much manipulation. It's just it's crazy. It's not worth it.
not at all. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Look at the ADR on this thing.
And it's slow as all get out.
It's slow. Why would you even put your energy into something like this when you got Euro AUD that moves better? I mean, I look at things that got an ADR of 90 and above. I mean, 89, I might take 89, which is where GBP, JPY is. But I look at those as 90 and above. If you below 90, you ain't worth my time. What for? And the reason why the ADR is because you got that momentum. You got that speed. You got that movement behind you in that pair. So you know you're going to catch your pips. 20 pips is sometimes very hard to pull on an Aussie CAD, right? In a day. It's hard to pull that. On a GBP JPY, you could, y'all, I'm in a call. Out. Sorry, y'all. Had to deal with the children. You heard all that giggling they doing in the background? um, they just want to be a newsie. They were trying to see what I'm seeing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's slow moving. You want to make sure you can catch those 20 pips easily. So go to a pair that's actually gonna move the 20 pips for you in a day. Okay, that's why you got the GBP pairs. Look at them: 132, 112, 83, 89. Those is what you're looking for. Okay, those is what you're looking for. That's why you don't hardly ever see me have an Aussie anything in here. Aussie JPY, that's my favorite currency pair. You ain't never gonna see me trade that thing unless it's during Asian session. And I was trading that pair during Asian session, and I would go to sleep on it. Why? Cause it don't move. As soon as I put in a trade in there, I put my TP in there. Very rarely put a stop loss, but if I put a stop loss in there, I go to bed, I wake up, and profit trade done. Cause that's how long it take AUDJPY to move. That's a pair I go to sleep on. I can't go to sleep on GBP JPY though. I can't do that.
What
That thing.
happened to the stop loss?
Oh, I sometimes.
Why
Oh,
don't you
AUD.
sleep on TPJPY?
I can't go to sleep on AUD JPY though. I mean, excuse me, GBP JPY. No, even with a stop loss, because then even with a stop loss on that thing, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll wait. I'll wait. Um, but you said on Euro USD off the H4, it looked like there was an M forming. Uh, if you're talking about this, possibly, possibly. Um, but you are on it. You're on an uptrend. Okay, so it might have some. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you're looking at Euro USD, I would also look at Euro GBP. Okay, and look at that. By the way, look at that. 45. Are you kidding me? That's how many pips? Come on, man. But you want to know why Euro GBP is actually a nice pair to trade? Because even though it goes like maybe 45, 60 pips as average ADR, those pips are worth more. They're worth like $11, $12 per pip versus $10. And I'm talking about on a standard lot. So Euro GBP is worth more than Euro USD. And I believe it's worth more than any of the Swiss pairs. But that's why I would trade that because it's worth more. So even though you only gonna go 10 pips, those 10 pips are worth a little bit more than shoot the 5 pips you did on Euro USD. So that's why I would take that. But I would look at Euro GBP and see what's happening there because it is strong here. So if the euro is stronger than GBP here, I would think in correlation that the euro pairs in general are stronger than the GBP pairs. So that euro USD might have some kick to it the stronger the pair gets. So it might actually break through that zone. That's why I would be cautioned to wait for an M on this one, so to speak, for right now anyway. That's just my thought. Um, but I mean, it could happen though. It could happen. I mean, you got two resistance zones, but that thing came real close to breaking this resistance zone, so it might, if it gets a little bit more oomph or some news comes in that blasts that thing right out of the sky, it happens. Somebody throws a tweet out, things go crazy. Um, but now that we was that the did I answer the question about Euro USD? Oh, you was talking about it on a different one, Lex. Well, dang it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about something else. I went through that whole thing on this pair, and y'all didn't stop me. Well, let me get it off.
And I'm sorry, I just caught what you was doing because I was over on the phone and I came back and I was like, oh, wait a minute, she talking about Euro USD. No, I'm talking about US 30. US 30, baby, US 30.
Bro, I
You
was
know
all
currency pairs make my skin itch too.
yes, the
Only
information.
only 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 look at a few myself. Only look at a few myself.
I got you. Yes, that information was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Drop. Um, Still in it. It's 11 o'clock too. So let me see. Let me see what the H1 look like. Okay. So it made its low of the day, and H1 is this is turning bullish. That's okay. We only 8 minutes into it, so we're gonna see what happens. If it engulfs, then I'll probably hop out. If it engulfs this candle, so I'll see what happens at the end of that. That's what I'll probably do. Honestly, I'm just gonna move my stop loss right there. There we go. Take those pips, and I'm gonna move my stop loss on this one. Ooh, that's really close down there. Oh, I see why it's pushing back because that zigzag just appeared there. I see. So, yep, let me go on ahead and do that because if it decides to turn around and do a W now, you're gonna have to hit my stop loss to get through me. So we'll do that. All right. So I don't. If in case y'all want to know, I was trying to move my stop. I'm in profit, so this is a risk-free trade for me. I don't really care what happens. So I just wanted to move my stop loss to catch what I could catch because I see on S&P this zag line appeared, and when that zag line appears, it signifies a change in price direction, which is what's happening right now. Doesn't again, just like a fractal, it don't necessarily say how long it's gonna stay, but it signifies a change. This and it could be temporary because this entire candle can turn around and go all the way back down again, and what it will do is just push the zag line down further. So that's all that does. But I just move my stop loss so I can just make sure I secure my bag, continually secure my bag. And the same thing happened. Now I don't have my zag lines on US 30, but if I throw this on here, there, see, I got the same zag line on US 30 for the same reason. So I'm gonna just leave that as is. And really, which is this really sucks because that darn 200 is right there, right at my stop loss. So what could be interesting is if this thing comes back to that 200, hit my stop loss, and then turn around and go back down to this daggone support zone, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad. That darn 200 is right there. So we'll see. And I kind of feel like that might happen because this arrow MA is still hanging up here. And it needs to be brought down. So I'll say this too. I'll say this to you guys. This is just a pullback from the overall uptrend. Okay? Because remember, the H4 is on an uptrend. I just caught the pullback safely this time, right? And the reason why I don't anticipate it being an extended downtrend is because this arrow MA has not crossed over the 200 EMA yet. Just like I said with gold, when gold started its melt off the daily, as soon as that arrow MA crossed that 200, the gold melt began, and it did. So that's why, since it's so far away, price has to continuously drop in order to bring this arrow MA down to cross. And it might, and it will help me if it does. So that way it don't hit my stop loss and I can go to my TP and live my life. But if it doesn't, it might turn around and go back up again. So but I don't, anything for right now, I'm not anticipating an extended downtrend. It just looks long and it just feels long because US 30 is worth a lot. So if you guys are watching the news and people are like, oh, US 30 went down 2,000 points. Yes, it did. But it's okay because we were trading it. So that's all that was. Any, any questions?
Real quick, Jackie,
Yeah.
how do you it's for you and Alex as well. How do you guys go about writing down your trades and evaluating where you may or may not have messed up at?
I don't physically write them down. I keep track of all my trades in FX Blue or my FX book.
Okay.
I track them there because I'm lazy. Um,
That's fair.
and just so y'all know, I actually prefer my FX book versus uh excuse me, I take that back. I prefer FX Blue versus my FX book because FX Blue will allow me to view the information on and filter it by date, whereas I have a hard time doing that with uh my FX book. But that's me personally. Lex, do you do different?
I use my FX book. You can filter by date. It's just a little cumbersome to get to, but you can. Also, keep in mind like your psychology and the way you feel on your trading days. A lot of people don't think about that. And also things that associate with your life. If you basically um, had something that impacts your life, people don't think about little things. You had an argument with your girlfriend, or you got bad news from your job, or whatever it may be. Those things psychologically play into your chart activity. So journal that stuff, and then do it for a week, maybe a month, and you'll find consistent patterns on activity that filter over into your chart activity as well.
Well said. It's interesting because the last few months have been a little unique, and I found myself looking at charts and just I'll go to the demo and I'll trade, but if exactly what you just said, Alex, if I got something going on, I will not hit the charts whatsoever at all because there's a when okay, I'm not gonna get too deep. I'll put it like this: when you're upset, you go back into your reptilian brain, right? You don't have access to your higher cognitive thinking functions of your brain. So your analysis will begin to be skewed when you become emotional. And everyone knows you hit them charts and you're emotional, it's going to be a tough day. And I took an L one day. I looked at Forex. I was like, Forex? Child? Mm-mm. And I took a week off of trading just to regather myself. But I appreciate the input. But you're absolutely right, because I start to look at things and evaluate my emotions when I trade. I have to feel really good on the day when I trade, and if I don't, then I really don't trade.
Mhm.
So I just kind of wanted to see you guys' input on that, but I appreciate you guys responding for sure.
No problem, brother.
Yeah, the way you feel it, that does it plays a huge impact. So absolutely, I appreciate your feedback as well because a lot of people on this call need to hear that.
Yeah. I'll show
Appreciate
y'all
it.
really quickly. This is FX.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Um, this is FX Blue. This is one of my older accounts. Don't let. Yeah, that's that number. Don't even want. Don't ask how I made that happen because I was doing some stuff back then.
The goat.
This is August last year. It's demo. I was doing some stuff back then, but um, what I want to show y'all what I like about it is that you got your overview, but I could filter it. It gives you all your information, whatever. Um, it's been a while since I've been in this account. I don't even know if I even still use this. Why is my screen just always freezing? I feel like people are listening to our call and like, no, they don't need the information.
I think
Facts.
it's a
Facts.
glitch in Zoom some kind of way. If you unshare and then reshare it, it kind of I think it unlocks you and then lets you go back. And I think it's like a glitch in Zoom.
Really? Okay. Because it has to be. All right, hold up. Let me stop sharing and let me share again. Because I want y'all to pay attention so you can see it. Hopefully this helps. There we go. Because see, that wasn't there before. All right. So I like FX Blue. This is a little different than my FX book. And because as you go through it, yeah, y'all feel that? 35% drawdown. Man, I was in my height of my skill back last year. Height of my skill, 35% drawdown. But what I wanted to show you was you can have all this information. It's viewed a little differently than my FX book, but this is the key thing here. You can see when I started really rocking. Took that thing all the way up there like that. But you could filter by date. You can filter by date range. When you open it, by lot size, by symbols. So whatever pair I was trading back then, you can actually just filter the information based on that pair. So for instance, what I do is I always analyze trades every week, and this is just every single trade that it was at that time, right? So what I do is I go in here on whatever account I want to look at, especially particularly my manual accounts that I trade, but I also do the same thing on EAs because I'm always testing different pairs and I need to see what pairs are generating me the most profit with the most profit, highest winning accuracy, lowest drawdown. And I can't keep track of all that in my mind, so I need something else to do it for me. So that's why I use this tool, and it's free. And what I do is I go in and I'll say, okay, let's look at these pairs and let's filter by the week. So I'll go by date range and I'll just say, the last month, current week, whatever you want to say. I'll just say previous year. And then it'll give me my date range that I want to look at. And I'm like, all right, there we go for the year. And then I want to say, all right, out of that year, who gave me the most money? And I'll just click on net profit and I'll say, oh, okay, the dragon did. All right. Dragon gave me 261,000 for the year. Bet. Why did it do that? Here's how many trades it took for me to do that though. And this is the profit. That's the low. I use all of this information. It's only 72% winning accuracy. You know? So 261,950 trades, 72% winning accuracy. Here's the next one, dollar yen, over 1,000 trades, a little bit less than in profit, higher winning accuracy. So that all that information I take and I've used all of this information just to show me like how long am I in these trades, so on and so forth. And then I filter it by day, by week. But that's why I like FX Blue. It's a little harder for me to do this type of analysis on my FX book. But my FX book is great for being able to see the drawdown because it'll calculate the actual drawdown for you by day, which is what I have not been able to do on FX Blue. I just haven't, but I haven't studied it either. And I always look at my orders. So, and these orders are closed orders and all that stuff. And I always look at all of them for the week and just seeing. So, yeah, I took this account at that time. It was at 21,000 and then it went up. But I took a look at all of this and what I lived. This is silver at the time and all that. But I look at all that and see what's going on, how long, and I like to see how long am I in a trade. How long does it take for me to be in a trade? Because as you can see, the longer you're in a trade, the riskier it is. You know. So even though it wins for me, so that's why I like.
Amen. Amen.
You know. So
Exposure.
that's it. That's it. You
Your
gotta make sure
exposure rate. Your exposure rate.
don't be in
Yes,
that trade too
that is a
long.
huge factor. Huge factor.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's my FX Blue, and then I'll show y'all my FX book real quick. Uh, and I'm in there, and it's the same thing. So I have a portfolio already, so that way y'all can see it. I think I have everything. There I am. Yeah, I got stuff there. Yeah, I have a bunch of things that I'm testing. So you can see I'm testing Stratamus, right? So that's my three accounts here. And as you can see, Stratamus on S&P did not go well. Okay. Did not go well. I was like,
Uh,
what?
okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like, man. So, but that's not to say it's Stratamus' fault. That's just to say maybe I need to tweak the settings. But if you click on it, this is Stratamus Gold. So, I'm just valid. This is the same type of information that you see on FX Blue, but just laid out a little differently. But like I said, I like it that I can see the drawdown and I can see it by day, versus the FX Blue. It's hard for me to be able to see that. And now, so it's been a while since I updated this. I need to make sure I go update it. But same thing, all your profitability and how long you're in a trade. This does tell you your Sharp ratio. So that's another thing for you guys as you start getting into trading and learning more about not only your manual trading, okay, but also when you start trading with EAs, Sharp ratio is important, okay? Anything over zero point 0.2 and above, very good on an EA performance, all right? This is at 0.16. It's getting there, okay? But I got to tweak it. But zero point 0.2 and above, very good. Your Z-score, all that tells you is how many times if you're going to be having a profit is going to be followed by a profit. Okay, that's what that is. This information is crucial because a lot of investors use that to determine whether an EA's performance is even worth their time to invest in. All right, so if you start to learn how to utilize these informations when you're going through your trading manually, even with Arrow, link up your MyFX book to Arrow and then watch how your performance is and look at these same scores. And you can kind of measure yourself that way too. So, and I'll say it like this: winning accuracy is good. Okay, so having an 80% winning accuracy, that's all good and fine. However, what's more important is, are you making money? Okay, are you able to walk away with some money in your pocket and cash your pips and dip? All right, because there's some traders that got 50% winning accuracy, but they pulling $4,000 a month net profit. That might be because of the lot sizes that they're using. The goal, you do want to have a high winning accuracy, so that means you're not as risky. So that means you're taking profitable trades. You're not just willy-nilly throwing stuff at the wall hoping that the trade will work for you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying is don't always judge yourself or your ability just based on your winning accuracy. Use other variables as well to determine your progress. I will just say that. So hopefully there ain't no other questions about that kind of stuff.
In St. Louis, we call those bars.
I'm gonna be there in St. Louis at some point for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh man. All right, so let me see here. That thing wicked completely out. Oh
Hey
man.
Jackie, on my FX book, you can actually use the my FX EA where it automatically updates for you. So I need to actually give it to you and show you how to use that, so you don't have to worry about update. It automatically does it for you.
You know what? You're right. I forgot about that. I have it. I have it for MT5 for something else. I forgot about it for MT4.
And if you're on actually, it should be already preloaded in Avoria Prime's VPSs. So you just click and
Yes.
drag it onto a chart and
This thing
put
right
your,
here.
yep, put it right into your information. Yeah, show it on your screen so everyone knows what it is, and they can basically just utilize it and track their progress utilizing Arrow or any EA that they're utilizing with Avoria Prime.
Absolutely. You guys should be able to see Arrow right now, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna actually just gonna put it on a new chart. Let me do that so I don't mess myself up here. Let's put it on something that I won't trade. AUD USD.
Yep, that's what I do. Just throw it on something like, what's this? Don't even know what that is, so that's good enough.
Yeah. It's gonna be in your navigator. It's gonna be in the EAs, just like Arrow dashboard is. My FX book. You just click it. You just drag it in. And then, of course, I left everything as normal. But your inputs is going to be your email address and your MyFXbook password. And that's all you need. And it'll publish it every 5 minutes. And once you hit OK, you'll have your little smiley face on because it's EA. So you need to have auto trading on. And once that's in there, you're going to go ahead right back to my FX book. Just like you saw, you'll have your account and it'll keep track of all your trades and it'll keep track of your progress. And that very same thing is go back through your trades and take a look at what you took and when you took it, compare it to the charts and start analyzing it. If you did something wrong, where did you go wrong? I do that all the time. I'd be like, dang, that was not a good entry. Why was I in so much drawdown? Dang, that was a stupid trade. Why I take that trade and took that loss? That kind of thing. All the time.
Now
Like
the
yes.
prerequisite, of course, you got to have an account with my FX book. So go set that up and then go to your charts and set it up, of course. So just want to, make sure that's, you know, talked about as well. So
Yep.
set your account up first with my FX book, then go in your VPS and click and drag it onto a chart and you be all set.
Excellent. Appreciate you, Lex.
Not a problem.
Let's see here. German 30. Let me see. Somebody asked about German 30 on the H4. Now, German 30 on the H4. Did it not melt like everything else melted today? Let me see. I don't have German 30 on here. Let me go get it because I wouldn't trade that normally, but that is an indice mini. And I will tell y'all, I'm gonna just throw this also out here to you guys. As you guys get more familiar with Arrow, and manual trading and utilizing these strategies, I've told y'all that these strategies could be used across multiple financial markets. So the same strat I'm using for US 500 or S&P 500 in Forex, I'm using that same strategy on S&P 500 trading binary options in Nadex. Using that same strategy in trading view so I can try and get me an entry on futures, trading the S&P 500 E-mini, all utilizing the same stuff I learned using Arrow. So this is a great resource to not only get started, but let it be the foundation for you to grow in your trading. Because don't think that Forex may be the largest market. It's the largest financial market to trade in, right? Trillions of dollars. However, it's not the only one. So if you can dominate Forex, what makes you think you can't dominate the other financial markets either? That's how I think of things. That's what I be doing. I take everything that I learn and I apply it to whatever it works on. And Fibonacci works on everything. Where's my German 30? Had to throw that out there too. Let's see. German 30, German 30. So I would assume that German 30 did the same thing as everybody else. So let me take a look. Yep. Show did. Now that's interesting. Look at German. Let me get the zigzag off of here so you guys can see what I see. Let me get that off for a second. All right. So Here's German 30's M, right? Right here. And it broke here. So it didn't have as strong of a break as what the US indices did. But the thing is this thing did it last night, earlier than the other ones. So if I was paying attention, I could have probably caught that last night right here. This candle broke that neckline, and then you would have been in right here on this candle, which is 0100, which is 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Would have been in there. So that's interesting that somebody just brought up German 30 to me, because now you got me thinking I might be able to catch these trades during Asian session, and catch that same thing. So thank you. Yo, thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. So, Sandy, did you catch that trade? Let me see. What'd you say? Okay.
You know she did.
She did. Yeah, she did. And ain't tell nobody.
You know, Sandy, sharing is caring, right?
Ain't tell a soul.
We're gonna have to work on the communication between you and me. We're gonna have to work on that.
That's she. She sound new. No, that's good though. I'm glad that it came out because I want everybody to see the similarities though. So that thing did an M too. So I'm just thinking, if this did it, did UK 100 do it as well? That's what I'm curious about. So let me go ahead and check that one too. So German 30, for those of y'all don't know, is a European index. Okay, now remember I said I don't trade the Euro indices, but that is a European index. So if you happen to be able to catch it, I would think it moves more during London session. If you can catch it, it's a great movement. I know Nate trades it more often now than before. So you might be able to catch a really great move on it. German 30, and then the other one is UK 100, which is another. German 30 is also known as the DAX, and then the UK 100 is also known as the FTSE or FTSE. So you see FTSE, DAX 30. So let me look at that. I'm just going to be curious. And these are other ones. I think this is the Norwegian index, Italian, France, the stocks 50. I'm not sure who is in that one. This is España, which is Spain, China, and the Aussie. I do not see the Japan Nikkei is up here and other ones. So that's what those all are. But let me go to UK 100 and see if that did the same thing. And if it did, I'm going to be mad at y'all because y'all going to have me looking at these other indices now all the time. Start doing some 5 peats. Yeah, it did it, but it looks different. Let me drop the zigzag off.
You know what we trying to do, right?
Y'all
a little bit weaker.
It is. It's weaker.
You know the strategy behind. You know what we trying to do. We trying to get you up on London session. You already know that, Jackie, right? you know we just drawing you in just a little, just to teach by teach. We drawing you in teach by teach. Y'all, come on, y'all chime in and help me now.
I'm
Just teach
sleep.
by teach. We drawing Jackie in the London session.
I'm sleep. I'm sleep.
All right, we're gonna get you some naps. We're gonna get you some naps and some other stuff. We're gonna have to form a trading plan around
naps.
Jackie to trade London session with us. We're gonna formalize her whole trading plan.
I'm
so
down.
Jackie, if you move this around, pick up the kids here, only trade during this time. See, I already been trying to work it out for you. Y'all just don't know. I've been trying to work it out. I've been trying to figure it out, Jackie's whole schedule to work it out. So y'all give me some time. So I'm working on it.
Yeah, facts. I take power naps throughout the day. I feel like an old man.
But if you take her to nights, we won't have nobody during the day. So we need her for the day.
It's a fact. It's a fact. That's real.
You can't go to nights. She got to stay on days. I'm sorry, mama.
I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all. Just like Nate called me. I promised Nate I was gonna be on that London session. I kept my promise that one time.
Jackie like one and done.
One and done, brother.
Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all
But
missed it.
she got
Y'all
paid
better
like
catch
a
the
fat cat
replay.
though.
I sure did get paid, boy. I took that German 30 trade. I was done. I said, man, that was the first and only time I'm taking that trade too. But boy, yeah, I see this, Sam. This thing is weak. I ain't for this. I don't like this. This actually look like S&P. I can't say it's weak, but it's like another S&P. The way it just move here is not as big as a move, and it's slower. So that's interesting. I mean, catching pips is pips though. So you got the break. You got the break right here. This candle closed below the line. So this candle, when it opened, you in for your pips on the UK 100. But let's see how many pips you win if you would have took it down to where it was 871 pips. That's not really something to, just ignore. I mean, I wouldn't. That's almost 1,000 pips. I ain't ignoring it. Interesting. I'll say that. I might. And the only thing is though, I wouldn't have been up to take that trade because this happened at yeah, this happened at like oh 09. Wait a minute. Yeah, that I wouldn't have been up for that one. That's in the beginning of the money zone. I mean, yeah, London session. I'd be sleep. I wouldn't have been able to take that one. But that's interesting. So for those of y'all that are up, UK 100 and the German 30. Now this is beautiful right here. Now that's some pips, boy. How many pips is this? Did it
Whew.
break? It's about the same time, but yeah, good. Yeah. Woo. That's
Damn.
Man,
three
that's a M off that resistance zone. It's not tilted in the right direction, but that's a M.
mm, 3,475.6 pips.
Ooh, glory.
Beautiful. Beautiful move. Beautiful move. Compared to where my US 30 is. See, and it did, and my US 30 is at that now. So US 30 does give more, but and I don't, it isn't as beautiful as a move because I don't have no zone here. Whereas they did. All right, sorry y'all. Oh, Peter, you said you caught German 30 last night. Excellent, 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 excellent. All right. What's today? Wednesday. So was anybody on Nate's call last night? Cause he would have had a call. You caught German 30. Was that on Nate's call, Peter?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
was on the call. We took a JP 225 trade, caught 100 pips on it.
Really? 100 pips on that.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy though. I put a two standard lot on for JP 225, and it was the first trade I took on that indice, and I didn't realize how low the price was on it. A two
Yeah.
standard only gave me like $1.50. I was like,
Yep.
whoa.
Yep. Yeah. It's now my question is, did it move fast? Did it have momentum with it?
It did, yeah. It was pretty quick. I mean, we were in and out within a couple minutes.
Okay, good. Now I know. I'm gonna up the lot size then.
Yeah, I'd have to put like a 2,000 lot on to make some money on
There
it.
you go. And the margin, did it suck up your leverage or anything? Do you remember?
No, it didn't too much.
Mm,
No.
okay, cool. I might look at it. It takes a while for it to move during Asian session. That's why I don't pay attention to it. But if it's moving during London, that is something to think about.
Yeah, it was following German 30 and UK 100 pretty well.
Interesting. Maybe those are the top three for y'all during then.
Right.
There you go. Um, I will say I want y'all to pay notice that I didn't say nothing about no money zone breakouts today, cause I wasn't even paying attention to it. Go to sleep on a trade, wake up in profit. I ain't worried about no money zone breakouts. But I could tell you, let me go back to, let me get this. I'm trying to take the zigzag off because it throws me off sometimes. Let's go to M5. I will go to the M5. All right, so here's US 30 on the M5 right now. All right, so if you were going to try and get into US 30, that's the M1 yelling. What does the M1 look like? So you got this bounce arrow go on the M1 right now. That's good to go. Hop in that trade. I'm just saying. Anybody that want to catch a couple of pips, that was 100 pips just now. And going. So just so you know. Um Again, I ain't taking no trades because I'm already in them. But that right there was a valid bounce arrow go. That was off of a signal. That's a bag entry, pip and dip, be in and out, right? And it's still going. I would also say looking on the M5 for the money zone breakout. This clearly is a money zone breakout. Here's the in the previous day's money zone. So if you are in arrow, and of course US 500 is doing the same thing. And I can't say of course because sometimes US 500 does not always follow US 30. It will sometimes do its own thing. And as you can see, it's not a valid bounce arrow go because it's all up in the zone. But that zone is about to be destroyed. But what I was going to show y'all on the M5, if I was doing money zone breakouts, Nate normally teaches you to do it on the M15, which is for currency pairs. And then I was doing it on the M15 for indices. But I noticed though, if you go on the M5, you see it, you might be beginning to trade a little sooner. So money zone breakout is strategy 4 of arrow. Okay. So strategy 4 of arrow means you would look at the time, what is the trend of the time frame, okay? And you would mark, of course, Nas, you would mark the previous day's money zone. So we're gonna mark the low of it because you're in a downtrend on your time frame, the M5. Okay. When I'm trading the indices like scalping or whatever, I'm on the M5. I'm on the M1, I'm on the M5. So for this, a money zone breakout strategy is a scalp to me. So I would be on the M5. Okay. So then what you're looking for is the first candle that closes below this line in the new money zone. Okay. And I'm going to throw the caveat of also being below the arrow MA. Okay. First candle closes, you could take a sell. Now, the thing about it is, let's zoom in and see what happens when you do that. So today, here is the first candle that closed in the money zone. Okay. First candle. Let me go here. There it is. This one, actually. This bullish candle right here closed in the money zone going up. It was below the arrow MA and it's below that pink line up there. So this next candle, you would take your sell. What you do? Take a sell, pip and dip. And this candle alone was about 40 pips. All right. This is on US 30. Nate teaches you 20 pip and dip on currency pairs on this thing. So on US 30, you can either go for the 20 pip and dip, or I usually go about 4 or 5 times higher on US 30 than what I would see on a currency pair. So let's see if you get 100 pips. Yep, you get 233 pips. So I would have did 100 pip and dip on this and was out. That's a money zone breakout. That's the money zone breakout standard way. Then typically I found that the US indices would do another breakout after market opens. So let's go over here. Let me find my 9:30 candle. Here's 9 o'clock, 9:20. This is my 9:30 candle. That's 9:40 here, 9:25. So when this candle closes, right here. This candle open. This is my opening candle, right? This candle closes, opening candle had a drop. That's your drop right there. It closed below the arrow MA and it closed below the pink line, money zone breakout. The next candle would be your trade candle. And you're going to go for, say, 20 to 100 pips. So this one right here, this little stick, now I don't know if you got 100 pips on this. You sure did. You got 100 pips in this one. That's 335 pips in that stick. All right. Now, I don't know if you would have been in this drawdown before it went down that way, but you would have got some pips in here. So just be wary. You might be stuck in this drawdown because when you see an ending candle, you don't know if the candle started here, went up here, came back down here, and then went back up again. You don't know that just by looking at the candle. You just know that if you would have took a sell and you would have went in for your 100 pips, you would have got it. But you don't know if you would have been sitting in 600 pip drawdown either. Okay? So just be aware of that. When you're dealing with US 30, your drawdown is going to be huge when you're trying to scalp it, especially around market open. Okay? But I mean, you could, if you got the account balance to deal with it, you caught your 100 pips and you could have dipped. All right. Let me see. So that's the money zone breakout, and it did it twice. It doesn't happen all the time like that. You just gotta watch for it. But the money zone breakout, if anything, if you could stay up to catch money zone breakouts, not just on the indices but on the currency pairs too, I would highly suggest to do so. Strat 4 is fire. I mean, only reason why I'm not doing it is because I'm just not up for it. I'm not up at that time. And Money Zone starts at 1 a.m. Eastern time. So it's not London session, it's Money Zone start. Okay? So if you can stay up till 1 a.m. Eastern time or wherever time you're in wherever location you're at, then you might want to practice that strategy for a breakout. I know people on Pacific time, a lot of them tell me that's what they've been doing to be successful. And the same thing goes for the Asian session breakout as well. You know, it's when the money zone starts, not when London session starts. Okay. I want to make sure I put that caveat on there because I feel like people are missing time on these rules when they could have been caught their pips and dipped way sooner instead of waiting for London session. So just making sure we got that. And
Could you repeat that again, please?
yeah. So the strategy 4, and this goes for currency pairs and any pairs. The time to take the trade is you mark the previous day's money zone, okay, for the trend of the time frame that you're in. So I trade the indices on the M5. So based on whatever the trend of the M5 is, I will mark the previous day's money zone that way. So the previous day money zone is the low of it because I'm on a downtrend on the M5. Once the very first candle that closes in the new money zone, okay, so the money zone of the day that you're on, that the very next candle is when you take your trade. So I'm gonna go back and show y'all. This is the previous day separator right here, right? So let's just say the new daily candle on US 30 starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. When this zone closes, when this zone is done at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm marking it off immediately. So everybody today, in about an hour and 10 minutes, it'll be 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. This zone will be over, and you should be marking off your highs and lows of the zone immediately. Okay? You mark it off because it's not going to change. And you marking it off from the 15-minute down or for the currency pairs or the M5 for your indices. All right? Mark that off immediately at 1 p.m. today. Then you wait until 1 a.m. Eastern time, which is the beginning of the new money zone. The very first candle that closes, so this candle right here, The very first candle that closes in the new money zone, the next candle you take your trade. All right. So if you're on a 5-minute chart, the very first candle that closes in the new money zone, right, is actually the 1255 candle. So I want y'all to hear me on this because this is recorded so y'all can go back on this. We got 10 minutes left on this call. So I want y'all to practice this strat 4, okay? On an M5, the candle that actually closes in the new money zone is the 12:55 a.m. candle. Why? Because it starts at 12:55 and closes when? 1 a.m. When that candle closes, the next candle you take your trade. The 1 o'clock a.m. candle. That's when you take your trade. Okay? Well, for you on that's for indices on the M5. Try that and see how that works for y'all. On the M15 for currency pairs, the candle that closes in the new money zone will be the 12:45 candle because it starts at 12:45 and closes at 1 a.m. So the 1 a.m. candle that starts is the candle that you should take your trade on. Try that and see how that works out for y'all. And then let me know your findings. It's been working fine from what I've seen. I want to see how everybody else feel about it. That cool?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, well, we got 8 minutes left. Anything else y'all want me to talk about?
What about cryptos?
Yes,
Is it
Jackie.
the same M5 or M15?
I'm not sure about cryptos. I know a lot of people are on the M1 and the M5.
Uh-huh.
Chef, you on
Yes, ma'am.
Bitcoin, Chef? How you feel about cryptos?
M5.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. See, we a
Jackie,
community.
can you quickly look at AU?
What was that?
Could you quickly take a peek at AU?
What was I doing on AU? I'm sorry. What was I doing? Oh, that I was just are you asking what I was doing with Aussie US dollar?
And now I wanted to you to recap the zigzag strategy and the fractal on AU.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let me go on AU. Let me see. Hold on. Let me fix myself here. See where that's looking. Okay. I'm gonna put my stuff back so I know what I'm looking at when I get off the call. Okay, there's that. All right, and so on AU, all right, let me put it on the M15. That'll be easier. So I can go over it real quick. So fractals. We'll go over fractal strategy first. Insert. Here's how you put fractals on here. Yes, I know. Insert indicators. Bill Williams. Fractals. Okay. You can put any color you want, whatever. That's how you throw the fractals on here. There's two strategies to the fractal strategy. And both of them are not Arrow approved strategies yet. One of them will be, the other one probably not, because it's pretty risky. Just throwing it out there. But the 200 EMA needs to be on your chart as well. I'm gonna leave that. So all you need is the 200 EMA and the and your fractals. Okay. Strategy 1, fractals. You're on the M15 on currency pairs. You're going to zoom out, confirm your trend. I'm on a downtrend. I count how many zones to confirm it. More pink than green, we're on a downtrend. So I should only be looking for fractal highs off of a resistance zone with an engulfing candle. Okay? Fractal high off a resistance zone with a engulfing candle. All right, so let's give you an example. This is today, right? Here's my fractal highs. or fractal ups, however they way they want to call it, or bearish fractals is what they're called too. All right, because they signify a change in price direction to turn bearish. Okay, so either the fractal itself or the very next candle needs to be engulfing for you to take the trade in a sell. Okay, that's the strongest candle formation that you're looking for on that strategy. That's the one I'm looking for. Nate may say different. Like I said, we don't have a finalized video yet. We working on it. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the most quality, strongest strategies or candles formations for me to take the trade. Either the fractal itself has to be engulfing or the very next candle has to be engulfing. Okay. Now, after that, then you take your trade for the sell and you catch like 10, 20 pips. I would say 10 minimum. Okay. Now, here, there's no engulfings happening. None. This is not an engulfing. No engulfing. This is not an engulfing to me. It kind of could, some people might think that. It's not to me, so I wouldn't have taken that. All right. This is an engulfing candle right here. Okay. And it's also the fractal. Okay. But look what happens. In order to confirm this fractal high, you got to wait 2 candles. 1, 2. Once this candle started and it had a lower high than this one, that's when this fractal is confirmed. Okay? But you already saw another fractal was forming here. So it negates that. You already knew price was going back up. So that's why you wouldn't hop. That's why you do not hop into a sell immediately either. Okay? Here's the next fractal high. No engulfing until right here. Okay? That's why you wouldn't take this trade as a sell. All right? Because if you did, you wouldn't have been following the rule. You would just be taking an engulfing candle off of a resistance zone. You could do that and take a sell. You'd be right here. You would be in some drawdown, and then it would drop. Okay? If it did do that. So that's the fractal strategy using an engulfing candle, bearish. In the opposite direction, if you're in an uptrend, you're looking for an engulfing candle, bullish. So like this formation, pretty much. If I got my fractal low, which is also a fractal down or a bullish fractal is what they're calling it, you get a engulfing candle. This ain't really fully an engulfing candle, but it's taking over this one. All right. You can't take your trade on this next candle because this candle has to confirm this is the actual fractal. You would take your trade on this candle and go. Okay. So like if you want AUD USD and you followed that and it was an uptrend, that's 10 pips. Now, the reason why you probably ain't get 20 is because it's on a downtrend on the M15. So you would only be catching, this was a counter trend trade. All right. But that's what you're looking for if you're looking for it on an uptrend. So you get a fractal and an engulfing has to be confirmed, then your candle trade. You jump in any sooner, you risk yourself for losing a trade or being in severe drawdown. That's fractal strategy 1. Fractal strategy 2. All right. This one is the one I found watching something on YouTube and I applied it to Arrow and I saw that it started working. So the 200 EMA and the Arrow EA, MA, whatever you want to call it. The Arrow MA, as long as price is below both of them, the fractal low, the most recent fractal actually, when price closes below that or past that, you could take your trade for a sell. Now, if you're sitting there on a support zone, don't do those because you're going to get stuck. It might not have enough power to push through. Okay? But this does not necessarily matter to the overall trend of the time frame. You're going based upon how price is reacting to the MAs. Okay? So price is below the 200, below the Arrow MA. You're looking for sales, the most recent fractal. This fractal low right here is the most recent fractal low. You're looking for sales, so you're looking for the break on it. However, and I'm going to say this caveat with this fractal low will become invalid if price closes above the arrow MA anytime after it's been created. Okay? Like this. If price came down and closed below this, past this fractal low, this is invalid because price came up and closed above the arrow MA already. Invalid. You needed to wait for price to create a new fractal, which it did here. So if it comes down and it breaks past it, then it's a fractal breakout. But is it going to be strong enough because you have a zone in your way? I wouldn't necessarily take it. Okay? And then vice versa for a buy. Price needs to be above the 200. It needs to be above the arrow MA. Looking for fractal highs. Catch the price when it breaks up and go for it. 5 to 10 pips. The thing that you guys probably didn't miss is I didn't mention anything about no stop loss on any of these things. Right now, I'm fiddling with the fact of the actual fractal that is qualifying. So if you're doing a buy, you would be crossing above. Then the bottom of this fractal would be your stop loss. That's kind of what I'm working with right now on both sides. And then the other thing I want to say is this. If you're looking for a buy and prices above the arrow MA and above the 200 EMA, and you're looking for buys, make sure that the arrow MA is above the 200 as well. Okay? Because that gets tricky. You need both of them to be in sync. So if price decides to come up here and you're like, oh, I got a fractal break. No, you don't, because price is below the 200. All right, you need to wait for it to get up there for you to start looking at buys. Now this strategy works. You gotta actually wait for trades. What I've been doing to kind of help me out is I'll start marking off the charts. So I'll mark off if I'm looking for a fractal low. I'm like, all right, bet, here's a fractal low right here. Boom. Draw that line right there. Let me throw my little alert. Right click, trading, alert. Boom. When price gets down there, it'll start to alert me just like an arrow alert will do and tell me that price is down there, and I can hop to that chart and see, okay, now I'll wait for the breakout. And these are 15-minute candles. So if you see it ain't break out that, you can go take a break, go look at something else for 15 minutes, come back, have a look again if it decided to break. Because you got to wait for candle closure as well. I don't care if price comes and touches it. It needs to close below it to be considered a break. Okay? So those are the two fractal strategies that I've been using. And they will probably be tweaked. The first one for sure when Nate gets done with it to make that an arrow approved strategy that everybody can use. Other than that, the other one is a little bit more risky, but a lot of people have been having fun with it. A lot of people have been winning with it. I have too. That's why I destroyed Bitcoin the other day with that. That's why I've been using that. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that one. And then the other thing was the zigzag. I think I talked about zigzag in the beginning of this call, but the main point of using the zigzag is to help you draw your Fibonacci lines. That's one of the main things I want everyone to take out of using the zigzag, is that it's easy to draw your Fibonacci lines with it. Now that you got your zigzag, you know where you can draw your Fibonacci line. You can draw your retracements a lot better. This is for the downtrend. Right here, following that entire zigzag line, you now see where price pulled back. And you also now see strategy 8 of arrow. Highest point above the arrow MA, lowest point below the arrow MA to the next time price closed above the arrow MA. That's how the zigzag can help you. And now you can make strategy 8 come into effect. And then you look for what? Your ways to catch a sell if it's valid. That's the best way I will tell y'all to utilize strategy 8. Would use the zigzag for your fib lines and also to help you with your fib line breakouts. So, was there any questions on that?
Yes, Jackie.
Go for it.
The uh, the the feed breakouts that you were talking about earlier, I didn't really catch it.
Oh,
Where
okay.
you mentioned about the expansion.
Oh, with the expansion. Oh, the expansion is not really a breakout. The expansion is the way I use it is to set take profits on where I think price is going to go. So when you use the expansion with the zigzag, for instance, this is a downtrend, and you draw your expansion here. And the way your expansion ends is you need to have the next zigzag line, which is here. Now what you're looking at is these are where price is probably going to go. That's what that does. So these are like ways for me to set my take profits. And I only added these levels here, but really I expect price to come to the 61.8. That's what I'm looking for. But only if it breaks the zone. So honestly, in this instance with like AUD USD, I'm if it comes to the 38.2, great. If it comes to the 50, great. But I really want it to come to the 61.8. And in order to do that, it needs to break through the support zone. So I probably wouldn't even be looking at AUD USD as a trade opportunity, utilizing that strategy. That makes
Okay,
sense?
that makes sense.
Okay.
Uh, what about the breakout,
Uh
the
the
feed
break
breakout?
the breakout is and really quickly go through that. Let me make sure I got this. So the breakout is using your fib retracement, throw it, follow the zigzag line, and when you first start price starts moving back, you're waiting for it to pull back. Once it pulled back to the 23.6 and closes above it, you're gonna then expect it to go to the 38.2. That's a fib level breakout. And what you're gonna do is once it closes, which it did here, you can either A, be risky and just immediately jump into the next candle and go to the 38.2, or jump into the next candle with some additional confluence that's telling you, yeah, we're still going for the buy, and you go for the buy to the 38.2. And then once it closes above the 38.2, it should continue on to the 50. Well, it actually touched the 50 all in the same candle and then closed. So since it didn't go beyond that and close 50, you wouldn't expect for it to keep going. Those are fib level breakouts that you can scalp and catch. That makes sense?
Makes sense. Thank you, Jackie.
No problem. No problem. Alrighty, y'all. Well, if there's no other questions, I am done because this class is over. If y'all have anything, let me know. I'm gonna post the recording on my YouTube, y'all, so so it's a little easier for everybody to get it. Cause I don't know if I'm gonna have time to sit here and go through and type in everybody's emails, but I'm gonna just leave y'all with some notes. Practice that strat 4, practice the strategy 8, practice your fibs and your fractals, so you guys can catch those pips. Look at those M's and W's. Use the zigzag to help you locate your M's and W's. Um, Also, know that we got an AP event coming out in July in Orlando. So if you guys want to see us in person,
Yeah.
because I'm going to be there. So I would love to see the rest of y'all there if y'all can. It's in Orlando, it's in July. Also, there's a Philly event happening again in about 3 weeks. I'll give y'all information for that. So that way I will see whoever is close to Philly, see y'all in person there too. I believe that will be on a weeknight though. So I'll give y'all information on that too. But the July event, there is a fee for that one. So hopefully if y'all can attend, that would be great. See what the company is about, see what Pipology is partnered with. Because remember, we're partnered with the Warrior Prime. So we're customers just like you. So I kind of also want to go so I can see what they coming out with, like Arrow Binary maybe, or Arrow EA coming out soon, anything like that. I want to be on a need to know basis on what's going on. So that's really why I'm trying to go.
Facts.
So keeping up posted and any other new EAs they want to come out with or any other new products that they got. I mean, I've seen some rumors going, I've seen some messages. There's some great things coming, So I just want to I would highly suggest that if you are able to attend, just so not only so we can see each other in person, but also just to see what's going on with the company, I would suggest y'all do that. It's in Orlando. I've never been to Orlando, so I'm excited. And then of course, if you guys are close to Philly, that is actually free. And I'll give y'all more information as soon as I get the date and the time. And if y'all want to attend that one, that'll be great to see y'all there as well. All right.
Mama Jackie, I know you said the class is over. I just
Yes,
have a quick one.
sure.
Just wanted to know your updates on Neo the Legend and how you're taking multiple threads from the alerts that came out.
Uh, what was the last part? Multiple what?
How you can take additional multiple threads on alerts that come out on Neo.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. So, oh, well, that also reminds me, we have a Pipology call tomorrow night, and we actually are going to be talking about Neo the Legend on that call and demonstrating it. So, if y'all are registered for that, y'all be able to see Neo live on that one too. Um, as far as Neo is concerned, I've actually fallen back on doing multiple trades on Neo, and I've let Neo run on its own only because I was focused on other things. So I have not done the compounding trades that I did earlier with Neo, only because my attention has been diverted to other stuff. It doesn't mean I couldn't, but I haven't done so, so I can't really speak on that. However, I did take some L's with Neo. So I can't say it's like it's not up, and there is no such thing as a perfect EA. So I'll just put that out there, and none of us are perfect. So we are going to have some wins and losses. However, I have had more wins than losses with Neo. I will also say I think that Neo is easy, and when I mean easy, it means the settings to set it up is easy. You don't even have to touch very much. But I would say this. I will say this also, I guess, in addition. Neo is great on its own, but it's a very conservative trading EA. So if you're looking for some power, some oomph, you gonna need to work with Neo in conjunction, which is what I was showing in that video on how you can compound the trades. But you would also need to have some manual trading experience to be able to know which trades you could actually compound with Neo, because sometimes Neo can be going against the trend, and Neo might let you be in drawdown for a little bit, and that's okay because you can tolerate the drawdown because it's an EA. You don't really have to do anything, and it'll work you out of it. But if you manually trading with it, you would need to know whether or not that's a drawdown that you can compound and actually tolerate, or wait for a better entry, or scalp in a different way. You know what I mean? So you could utilize Neo as maybe also like a signal provider to yourself. And it only trades that one pair, by the way. It only trades GBP CAD. So um, hopefully that answers your questions, Dr. Lulu.
Absolutely, Jackie. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you for bringing that up. So tomorrow night, Pipology family call. We're gonna be talking about Arrow. We're gonna be talking about Neo. You know how we do. We got cash prizes. We got free trials going. They're trying to change lives because this is a community. I thank everybody for being on this call. I love these smaller calls, actually. I really do. I feel like it's a little bit more one on one with everybody on these smaller calls. Not to say that the other calls ain't bad, but this is a community, this is a family, and I really like it that we all coming together and learning something new. Like, I don't know if y'all peeped it on my fib levels. I had the price on there. I just learned that yesterday on an arrow call. One of the other customers told that to me. So I'm always a student. I don't know everything. And so I learn from y'all just as much as y'all learn from me. So I really appreciate y'all taking the time to be on these calls and interacting with me. And I will see y'all next Wednesday then. Take care.
Thank you, Ma Jack.
All right.